So from your perspective, Andy, I mean, what's been the biggest learning curve of the past 8 months, being in lockdown, and the difficulties that's created for us as a production agency?
If you're a business owner and you kind of have that mentality of, you know, trying to find the positive in every situation, and it has been a dire situation for a lot of people, I think a lot of kind of innovation can happen. And, you know, we've kind of self-reflected on the quality of our work, you know, our robust systems. You know, we've looked at everything, and I think it's been quite enlightening in that sense, and I think it's going to help us going forward. But it just always makes me think to kind of always be very grateful for the staff that we have around us, the team that we have around us, and the clients as well that continue to show faith in Fresh and choosing us to create their content and to tell their story, really. So yeah, gratitude.
I think one of the interesting things is control, really. What can we control?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can control how visible we're being.
Yeah.
We can control how much content we're putting out. And we've done more marketing probably in this period than we've ever done.
Yeah, we have. We've probably invested more into our systems and marketing and our sales pipelines than ever. And I think that's probably a good I think that's good if a company can do that. I think if companies can learn to be brave in situations that are quite difficult, where your natural reaction would be to pull back and contract.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we've done more LinkedIn content, more Facebook content. We're redoing our website. We're putting out our own blog videos. I mean, there's so much stuff. We've
upgraded all of our kits, our equipment. Yeah. You know,
invested in training.
Invested in more training. You know, and in the training of our team as well. So yeah, and that stuff you're not light-hearted when you make them decisions, are you? You've got to kind of
no, because you could cut back to the point where you're like in hiding mode,
yeah,
and wait to come out on the other side. But
yeah,
I think the interesting thing to look at actually is, since we've been doing all of that, and towards the tail end of this year, we've picked up 3 clients which we had dialogue with over the past 2-3 years that didn't go with us the first time round but come with us now. And you do wonder, if we wasn't visible and we weren't doing the marketing that we were doing, would they have come back to us? Would they have remembered us?
It's a valid point,
and this is what we say to our clients as well. Like, the one thing you should never cut back on in the time of a recession or emergency or epidemic is how visible you are.
Yeah, it's your marketing.
Yeah. And if you can't, like, literally, we've got restrictions. We can't go out and network. We can't go to exhibitions. We can't go to trade shows. And most businesses rely on those type of forms of marketing. So you have to market online. And as a company that sells online marketing and online marketing solutions, we were in a good place to really just ramp that up. And I think a lot of business owners now, and you know, many even big businesses that didn't have such a focus on their digital strategy, will be moving towards a more digital and video strategy.
Yeah, I agree because, you know, you just can't stay silent, you know, because things will go back to normal soon. You know, we have this hope with this vaccine that's coming. Businesses are going to be going back to maybe a different way of working.
Yeah.
But whether you're doing video, whether you're doing photography, whether you're doing content, you know, it's important to not be obscure when you're out there. You've got to get yourself out there.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. I mean, from a video agency point of view, would you see any trends?
I think social is still going to just continue to keep raising the game, and I think where a lot of businesses were at a point where video might have been a luxury before. Yep. I think it's now starting to come to realise that it's actually a necessity.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we first set up 11 years ago, and we'd say to people, oh, you need a video on your website, this is going to be a necessity. And they were like, well, I don't even have a website.
Yeah.
You know, some people didn't even have a website, and this is 2009 when it was the norm to have a website.
Yeah.
But I think now a website without video content is going to be seen as very old-fashioned.
Yeah, and even digital platforms without content as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point of having
Yeah.
a Facebook account, an Insta account, if you're not posting video content.
No.
Those platforms are being more and more designed and tweaked to be better for video. Now, if you've noticed that even LinkedIn now have started to do stories, you know,
Yeah.
and that's a very, very interesting strategy for a lot of businesses. You know, I'm quite excited by LinkedIn stories. I think that's going to be very, very big.
What makes you excited about it?
Well, they're following the trend of Instagram, and Instagram followed the trend of Snapchat. So the stories on Instagram are so powerful in terms of seeing a behind the scenes of people's lives, what they do, how they add value. And if you think about it from a business point of view, you can give personal access to how you serve your clients on a daily basis. You can give personal access to the personality of your company, the people in your company, the culture of your company. And this is what people want to see. They want to know, how does a video production agency operate? How does a restaurant operate behind the scenes?
Yeah, who are the people behind it, you know? Because they've got to work with them.
They do.
Are they going to be comfortable with them?
Yeah, and this is the difference. In the olden days, the reason people saw sales as a dirty word is because we didn't have the information. So someone starts selling you something, you take that salesman's advice. Oh, yeah, all right, they might be lying. This product does that product does this product does that. But the internet changed the game. And everyone buying something now has the ability to research that brand, that product, the people behind that company. And if your competitors have loads of content about them, about their brands, about their happy clients, and you don't, it makes it very difficult for your target audience to pick you over them. And that's why I think LinkedIn Stories is going to be very, very powerful, because you can do on-the-fly stuff from your phone, or you could have, in my opinion, what would be the best strategy is to have a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Professionally shot content and upload that to your LinkedIn Stories, as well as day-to-day on-the-fly stuff.
What's the worst thing you could do as a business owner during a global disaster? What's the worst thing you could do?
Just bury your head in the sand. I mean, bury your head in the sand, cut every single pound you're spending in marketing and just hold on to it. You know, listen to the news every day and be negative. Like, you need lots of things in place, really. You know, you want to have a positive mindset. You want to still keep doing growth things. You need to keep investing in yourself and your team. Yeah, if you just retreat, then I think you're going to be putting yourself in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, I guess what's quite interesting is, like, we're obviously talking about our business and how we've been affected and whatnot, but we actually are quite fortunate enough to work with a lot of other companies and know what they're kind of doing.
That's right.
At this current point in time. What are the kind of trends that you're seeing with some of the companies that we're working with?
From a marketing perspective, I would say that there's a lot more focus on marketing that gets results. You know, not just marketing for branding point of view, but marketing that will get sales, that will get conversions. I would say that is, you know, looking at the data and looking at the conversion of your website, your inquiries, each ad campaign. I think there's going to be more pressure on that, because people will be like, look, this is the budget, but I need to know the ROI. I think when you have a good market and there isn't a recession, you might get people that just want to do content more for branding purposes. I think that starts to be less of the case. It becomes more about sales. So you got to make sure that your marketing is getting you the results you need. From just the operational perspective, I think the remote working thing is going to be a fabric of most businesses.
Have you noticed, like, a difference in terms of, like, certain companies' appetite towards risk to others, of what they want to do in terms of production and filming, and when they want to do things. Have you seen any trends in that side of things?
I think there's definitely been an increase of people shooting their own stuff, sending that to us editing that type of content. There's definitely been an increase in animation and the power of animation, where it doesn't matter what business you are, you can use animation to really tell your story, and there's no limits. Like even if we're in lockdown, you can still be marketing your business through great animation content. And actually, there's been a really high demand for the use of stock content. So stock content is getting better and better.
Yeah. And
you can create really creative pieces of content with stock as your base skeleton. The stock footage is getting better and better, and you can create great videos from it. So we've actually had an increase of that type of content.
Yeah. We've been working together for what, 11 years now?
Yeah, and we never act. We always have these chats on these sort of location recce journeys, but we thought it'd be good to capture it.
Why not? Let's do a little in the day of the life. But it is quite interesting to see what's happening at the moment, and it's very sad as well, with what's happened. But we have to just kind of keep moving forward as a business, don't we? We can't really just stand still. We have to keep moving forward and know that there's more positive things ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we were very, very quick to shut down the office, get everyone remote, and then once the government said that we was okay to shoot again back in June, we put all our COVID secure guidelines in place. So all our team will wear a mask and gloves and sanitize and 2 meter distance from each other, and where we might have a 4 or 5 crew, we might reduce it to a 2-person crew, have one of the people virtually. We've tried to do as much as we can, shoot outside where we can, and we'll keep operating that way until there's a vaccine, because obviously the safety of our crew and our clients is important, and that's what it's about. It's about adapting and still being creative, and you can. There's always a solution. Everything's figureoutable.
Yeah.